Hey guys, it's Vivian. I am back. It has been, I think, 2 years since my last video, and I don't have a good excuse for that. A lot has happened in 2 years, and I've had a very busy, crazy last 2 years. I graduated high school, and I am now in college. I moved 4 hours away to attend university, and yeah, I just had a lot going on, and I wasn't as into music or style as I was whenever I started this channel, and so I just kind of didn't film, and I really regret it, and I kind of want to get back into it, and especially now that I'm out of my dorm. This is my room back home. This is like my bedroom at home, but I'm moving into an apartment this year. I was in the dorms for the first years of university, and I didn't have my own bedroom, and so there was just no way to film. But now I'm moving into an apartment, so I think I'm going to do a video on decorating my apartment because I got some really good poster scores. I found a bunch of really cool band posters and movie posters and Stranger Things. I've got a really cool Stranger Things poster with Eddie Munson, of course, in it. And yeah, I kind of just wanted to do a quick updated record collection because that was my first real video that I uploaded on here. I did a makeup tutorial at first because I was trying to be like a makeup influencer, but that's just not me. That's not me. Yeah, so I just want to talk about the things I love, and so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to update you guys on some things that I've gained. There might be a little double dipping. There might be a few records that you saw in the last video, but it's been 3 years, so who's going to remember that? So we're just going to go for it. This Young Americans by David Bowie. It's in really bad shape. It's super duper old. I'm probably going to give this to my brother because he is a huge David Bowie fan, which I think is really funny because he used to make fun of me for being like a hippie, and now he loves all the same things that I do. So I think I influenced him. I converted him. But yeah, this was my uncle's actually, and he passed away, and he had superb taste in music. He had really good taste in music and a great record collection. So yeah, this was originally my uncle's, and a good many of these in here were my uncle's, and so I will share whenever I come across one that was my uncle's, but it's really cool. So I think I'm gonna give this one to my brother. I feel like this might have been in the last one, but I don't know. This is just Amy Winehouse, Back to Black. It's just a classic. I love Amy Winehouse, and for a while, actually, fun fact, I thought I could sing. Like, I was really convinced that I was gonna be a singer, and so I started taking vocal lessons, and all the songs I learned were Amy Winehouse. I gave up because I realized that it was just not for me, but yeah, so I adore her. She's gorgeous, such a beautiful soul, and yeah. Next one I have, everyone's gonna groan, and you should, but I can't help it. I do love Harry Styles a little bit, just a little bit. I'm not a huge Harry Styles fan. Like, I'm not like a fangirl, but this album is very cool. And this is my favorite album of his. I don't particularly enjoy his newer stuff. I find it a little too poppy, but like Sound of the Times is it's a beautiful ballad. That's a very pretty song. Only Angel is good. I love Kiwi and Woman. I love that song. It's probably top 10 of my all-time favorite songs. I love that song. But yeah, so not a huge Harry Styles fan. Like I said, I'm not like devoted to Harry Styles. I don't like his newer stuff. But this album was super good to me. It was very well-rounded. It had hints of pop, hints of just singer-songwriter, ballads, rock. It's super good. I actually got to see Harry Styles in concert in October of 2021. Puts on a very good show. He is a great showman. I do believe he's borrowing from Elton John and Freddie Mercury, but I don't have an issue with that. I just think that, you know, he's inspired by the same people that a lot of us are inspired by, and so I don't have a problem with that. I know a lot of people think like, oh, the androgyny, like he's copying. I just think he's inspired by him, and he puts his own twist on it, and his show was super good. My boyfriend actually, who does not like Harry Styles, he just doesn't like Harry Styles. My boyfriend is actually, he's in a band, or was in a band, and they play like a lot of Leonard Skinner, Jimi Hendrix, stuff like that. So he wasn't a huge Harry Styles fan. But even he will say that Harry Styles put on a fabulous show. It was very entertaining, very engaging. His stage went all the way across, I don't know, the center. I don't know. It went all the way across the court. I think it was a basketball court we were at. I don't watch sports, so I don't know. It went all the way across the court, and he had it was like a circle at every corner and then a circle in the middle. So he would perform in the middle, and then he would come to this circle and perform for this side, this side, this side. So he was like, there wasn't a bad seat in the house. No one was facing his back. It was fabulous. It was very, and to me it was very thoughtful, because, you know, not everyone can afford pit tickets. Not everyone can afford like the front, whatever. So the fact that he was able to make every seat in the house a good seat, no matter how much these people were able to pay, I love him for that. And I love how engaging he is with the audience. So the next one I have is Al Green. It's just Al Green's greatest hits. It's not really anything special. I think I got it at like a Belk. They had like a little thing of records around Christmas time, and I got it for like $15. It's, you know, there's not that many songs on it. It's just some of his greatest hits. I love Al Green, don't we all? There's not much to say. There's no explanation on why I got this, because it's Al Green. That's the only explanation that I need to give there. It's Al Green. And it was a score. It was like $15. It's got some of his greatest hits on it, and it's just a fun one to just put on and listen to and vibe. The next one I got is also from my uncle, but it's so funny to me, and this is why I grabbed it. I'm not particularly a Kenny Loggins fan, but we do share a last name. So I like to lie. I love to lie about it, and I love to tell people that he's my cousin or he's my uncle, and people believe it because my last name is Loggins, and Loggins is not a very common last name. So I really do enjoy doing that. I tell people that it's my cousin or my uncle, whatever the day feels like, you know, and then I have proof. I'm like, yeah, like, see, he's famous. Kenny Loggins, Footloose. Come on. I just had to grab this just because it's Kenny Loggins, and I didn't have a Kenny Loggins record, but I would lie to people about it, and so I'm like, I gotta have some proof. I gotta have some evidence. So that's one of the ones I picked out of the collection. The next one I have, this movie. I kind of want to make videos maybe in the future about the biopics, because there's so many good ones coming out. We had Rocket Man, Bohemian Rhapsody. I watched the David Bowie one on Hulu. I don't know the details to it. It was a decent movie. It was pretty good. The Elvis one, Bohemian Rhapsody kind of started a trend, and so I kind of want to make videos about the biopics and like my thoughts on them. I could definitely make one right now on Bohemian Rhapsody and Rocket Man, just because I'm educated on those authors. I'm educated on those artists. But I could definitely do some research and make a video if that would be something y'all are interested in. But the next one I have is the soundtrack to Rocket Man. This movie is so good. If you haven't seen it, go watch. It's a great movie. Taron Egerton did so good. The guy that played Bernie played him fabulously. It was just a good movie. This is fabulous. I love this score, the soundtrack. It is so good. It is so good. I think I like it better than Bohemian Rhapsody's, because Taron Egerton actually sings in most of these, and to me it's so impressive, and this movie was just great. Also, for my senior prom, I wore a dress that had I had to insert a picture here, but I wore a dress that had feathers, white feathers going up the shoulder, and so I ordered Elton John glasses, and I wore them to prom, and I did like a whole Elton look, and I wore like go-go boots, and I have to, like I said, I'll insert a picture. But this movie, this soundtrack, it's fabulous. No complaints. I'm so glad that I have this. So the next one I have actually hasn't been opened yet, and I have a good reason for that. It hasn't been played because I got it for either Christmas or my birthday, and I was living in the dorm, and there was just no room for a record player. I can't just play records because I live with other people. like in the same bedroom. So it just didn't work. So she hasn't been opened yet, but we have Cleopatra by the Lumineers. I love the Lumineers so much. I'm so excited. Me and my boyfriend, we decided that for Valentine's Day, we were just going to get tickets to the Lumineers for each other. And so that's what we did. We got tickets to go see the Lumineers, and we're going to see them actually in about 4 weeks. Like, it's coming up very, very quickly. I'm so excited. But I just love the Lumineers. They're not like my traditional, I guess, genre. It's not like glam rock, rock and roll, or nothing like that. But they're so good. There's just so many good songs on here that I couldn't. My Eyes and Patience are probably my favorite on this album. I love My Eyes and Patience. I also love Gun Song, Angel. Literally, there's not a miss on this album. Every single song is good. And on their newest album, actually I haven't listened to a lot of their newest album. I think it's called Brightside. But the one before that, Lumineers 2, I think it was called, or yeah, 2 or 3 or something like that. It didn't have a miss. They're just fabulous. I love them. So the next record I have, I know I plugged this band in my last record haul, and I'm gonna plug them again. I'm gonna highly recommend, if you listen to anything I recommend, let it be this band, the Lemon Twigs. I adore this band. I truly do. Their style, their aura, their vibe, everything about them is perfect. It's almost like a Beatles, but they're two brothers, and it's not like the Beatles. I don't know how to describe it. It's perfect. It's like 80s pop mixed with like rock, a little bit of the Beatles in there. You can't describe it. It's so, I don't know. It's just good music. I can't really describe it, but it's just good music. This is Songs for the General Public. My favorite one was the one I had on the last record haul or record collection, but this one is good as well. Just go listen to them. So the next one I have is, I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited. This. It is Queen Live Killers. I got it at a record store in my college town. My family had come to visit, and we were just like, my brother, like I said, he's very into rock now, and he wanted to go to this record store, and I adore this record store. And so I was like, okay, yeah, let's go. And we went, and normally they have a bunch of Queen, but it's stuff I already have. But this was something that I didn't have, so I might have to get it. I think it was only like $20-something. If that had a really good deal. I think it might have been $15. I don't know. It was not. Oh, the price is right here. It's $18. I'm sorry. It's right there. It's $18. But yeah, like, it's great. It's got, We Will Rock You, Death on Two Legs. I love that song. I absolutely adore the pettiness to Paul Printer in that song. So it's got Killer Queen, obviously, Bicycle Race, I'm in Love with My Car, You're My Best Friend, Now I'm Here, Love of My Life. One of my favorites, my favorite Queen song, I think, of all time, is 39. It has 39, Keep Yourself Alive, Spread Your Wings. It's got Brighton Rock, which I love Brighton Rock as well. Bohemian Rhapsody, Tie Your Mother Down, Sheer Heart Attack, We Are the Champions, God Save the Queen. And that's not even all that this album has on it, or this vinyl has. It's loaded with a bunch of good songs, and it's live. It's live music. It's just, I don't know. For $18, I feel like I got a very good deal, and it's an original print. So I don't know, when was this printed? I don't know. But it's an original print, and yeah, so a very good score. So the next one I have is probably, I saved the best for last. Not really the best, but my favorite. I am so excited about this album. The Rocky Horror Picture Show. During quarantine, let me tell you about this. I somehow had never watched this movie. And during quarantine, school got canceled. I was just like at home. We were on lockdown, so I'm just sitting at home. And my friend is like, oh my gosh, like, we were talking about movies. She's like, oh my gosh, have you seen Rocky Horror? And I was like, no, I haven't. Like, I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it. She's like, go watch it. And so I didn't have anything better to do. So I went and watched it. I love that movie. It is now one of my all-time favorites. It's a good movie. It's a cult classic. You know, it's just one of those. And so it's so good. Tim Curry is Frankenfooter, obviously, and I love Tim Curry. So, we have the Rocky Horror Picture Show. This is, does it open up? It doesn't. Okay. Well, the back has where all of the songs are played, like the timestamp of all of the songs on this soundtrack. So we're going to take it out. We're going to take it out very, very gently with my little thingy, because I don't want to get bombarded like I was last time by people calling me a dumb teenager because I touched my records wrong. I'm sorry. I'm not being... It's red. It's see-through and it's red. So that's literally all I want to show you guys. It is safely back up and no fingerprints on the grooves. I educated myself. Thank you. But yeah. Is that it? I think that's it. Actually, I have a bonus one. I was debating on if I wanted to put this in or not, but I think I do because it's such a funny story. This one. Never been opened. Maybe. I don't think it's... I don't know. I simply don't. It has been opened. I lied. This. Let's Go to Church. Reverend James Smith. Okay, let me tell you why I have this. Alright. I was at a record store. And this man, who was much, much older, cornered me as I was coming out. Cornered me and my friend as we're coming out. And he's got this big old van. And I'm like, this is like the beginning of a true crime documentary. So I'm like, okay. And he's like, hey, y'all. Like, what y'all doing? Like, nothing. We just, we had just gotten some records. Like, we just got done record shopping. We're fixing to, we got to go somewhere. And he was like, oh, well, I've got a bunch of cool antique stuff in the back of this van. Excuse me? In the back of the van? I'm not getting back there. I'm not. And he was like, I'll go grab some of it. And I'm like, uh-huh. So I'm staying at the front of this car because I'm not getting near the doors. And then, like, a woman gets out of the passenger seat and she's, like getting closer, like, trying to talk and yada, yada, yada. And he starts pulling out all these records. And I was like, oh, okay. So we're looking through them. We're trying to be polite because, like, we're trying to be polite. So we're looking through the records and we're talking to them. And they were very nice people. And then I was like, okay, well, I was just trying to get out of there because we had to go to lunch. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll get this one. It was like $3. I was like, I'll buy this one. And he was like, okay, cool. So we buy it. Or I buy it. And then he doesn't quit, like, trying to sell us more stuff. And we're like, listen, sir, we got to go. It's like, 1 minute. 1 minute, let me go get something out the back of this van. He goes to the back of the van. Comes out. When I'm telling you, it looked like a GUN. It was a camera. But the way he, like, whipped it out, he was like, bah! I nearly shat my pants. I thought, this is the day I'm gone. This is it. This is it. So I start backing up. He's like, it's a camera. And I was like, oh, cool. He's like, let me get this out the back. And so he starts keeping going and getting stuff out the back. So I start backing up, trying to get in my friend's car. And I'm like, looking at her, I'm like, unlock the car, unlock the car, unlock the car. So I got my hand on the thing and I yanked the door to open it. And she hasn't unlocked the car yet. And we had to sit there for like 20 minutes. And I'm not an idiot. I'm not stupid. I've watched too much true crime. And I'm not stupid. So, yeah. I didn't get kidnapped. But I did score whatever that is. I haven't listened to it. I think it's a sermon, obviously. But, yeah. Alright, guys. I think that is it for today's video. That is all my updated records since the last video. I know I haven't gained a whole lot. But it's kind of hard where I'm from. From, like, the definition of a southern small town. Everybody knows everybody. But when I go back up to college, like I said, I'm so much closer to record stops, vintage shops, like all this kind of stuff. Is so cool. And so I'll do an updated one around Christmas time after this first semester once I get the chance to buy some more and hopefully maybe even some like cool relics or something. I don't know. But I will do an updated collection this winter. And like I said, I think I'm going to do apartment tour, like an apartment room tour, or maybe like a haul and just show you guys all the cool scores, all the posters and relics I got to hang up in my room. It's really, really cool. I'm so excited about decorating my room. I got a lot of movie posters, band posters, all that kind of stuff. It's super cool. So yeah, I'm really glad to be filming another video. I know it's been forever, but hopefully some of you guys will come back to watch this, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, because I know I definitely enjoyed filming it. So thank you guys for stopping by. I think, what did I used to say? Wishing you love, peace, and happiness, or something like that. But yeah, I'm really glad to be back. So I'll see y'all later. For now, Vivian signing off.